A planting hole is not just empty space for roots. It is the first little world the plant has to live in. If that world is dry, hard, or too rich, the seedling stalls. If it is loose, moist, and gentle, the plant starts without panic. A good transplant pocket does three jobs at once. It holds moisture, leaves air for the roots, and gives gentle food. If one of those jobs is missing, the seedling may survive, but it loses the first important week. Start with texture. Break the hard clods before the plant goes in. Thin roots cannot push easily through dry blocks of soil. A crumbly base gives roots air, small spaces, and a path to move. Do not bury a root ball against hard chunks and hope the roots will figure it out. They will take the easier path or stop. A few minutes crumbling the soil saves days of slow recovery after planting. Use mature compost, not fresh manure. Mature compost smells earthy and falls apart in your hand. Fresh manure can heat, burn young roots, and create problems under the soil where you cannot see them until the plant collapses. Mature compost should be a support layer, not a shock. Mix it with your native soil so the roots meet familiar ground and better food together. The plant does not need a feast on day one. It needs a calm start. Water the empty hole before the seedling goes in. This wets the walls and the base, not just the surface after planting. When the root ball touches that moist pocket, it connects faster and loses less time after the move. Watering the empty hole looks strange to beginners, but it works. You are not just wetting the top. You are charging the pocket where the root ball will sit. Then the plant does not have to wait for surface water to travel down. After planting, pull dry, crumbly soil over the wet ring. That thin, dry cover slows evaporation and helps stop a hard crust from forming in the sun. You can add a light layer of straw later, but keep it airy in spring. The dry cover is a small trick with a big effect. It separates sun and wind from the wet soil below. If you add straw, keep it light at first. Spring soil still needs warmth, especially around peppers, eggplants, and young tomatoes. The best transplant pocket holds water without becoming a swamp. It feeds without burning. It supports the stem without squeezing the roots. Build that little pocket well, and the plant spends its energy growing instead of surviving. Think of the planting pocket like a sponge, not like a bucket. A bucket fills and drowns. A sponge holds, breathes, and releases slowly. That is the kind of start that makes later watering easier. You can use the same idea in a raised bed, a field row, or a small homestead garden. The details change, but the order stays the same. Crumble, mix, water, plant, cover lightly, then leave the roots to connect. Do that well and you reduce the work for the rest of the season. The warning sign is simple. If water sits on top and will not enter, the soil structure is wrong. Open it with compost and native soil, not with a heavy dose of fertilizer. If water disappears instantly and the plant droops again the same day, the pocket is too dry or too loose. Add organic matter. Water slowly and cover the surface lightly.